my graphics card, it's not my graphics, my HMD is not behaving well. Alright, what is this? This one right here? Yeah, that would be much fun. Anyway, so as I was saying, my my Oculus CP1 is dying on me, so bear with me. Anyway, please. All right. So okay, so we have the usual two modes, which are the seated and not seated. You have the full body IK, and what's new is that you can open the door, remind me to make the turn smooth turn and not snap turn. Anyway, alright, so finally I forgot about suggesting to put two modes to run. They did it, which is amazing, that you can basically, there are two speeds. One is slow, as you can see, and the other one when you press and hold on the thumbstick, left one. And my apologies. Anyway, what's amazing is the interaction with fingers and with the static mesh or with meshes. You have types of collision and physics. This one I couldn't. I will wait, of course, for the tutorial, because it will explain a lot about the. As you can see, it's super heavy. So this will prevent that you can add weight to like vehicles and stuff like that, and a barrel to simulate physics more accurately, which is amazing in my opinion. And as you can see, this interaction is amazing. Sorry, my HMD disconnected again. I'm gonna have to unplug the HDMI, which usually fix it. Hang on. This should fix it. Okay, so as you can see, it's amazing how the mesh of the character can interact now with meshes like these. All right. Also here, as you can see, and for something like a cone or something like that, and a ball. Of course, you can. I think you can. Simulate physics, meaning that your hand will not go in it or go through it. I think one of these has physics simulated. Nope. Anyway, another feature that I'm blown away, that because it will solve a lot of problem, is the virtual joystick. Basically, if you are designing a tank like we are doing, you can now have a virtual joystick, and you don't need to any external equipment. And as you can see, my HMD got disconnected again. Just a second. Unplugging. Plugging. one day I will have enough money to buy a new one. Anyway, so as you can see, you can control the character. I'm still waiting for the tutorial to understand how to connect that, because I used to think it's a simple like input action in the blueprint and add it, connecting it. Here you have like a virtual like flat buttons, where, as you can see, this is an example of controlling many aspects of the same actor using the same control and different widgets. I'm gonna wait for a tutorial and explanation, as I don't understand how that differs from this one, from the flight stick and the buttons. And also what we have here is control panels. One potentiometer, which is a dial, of course. As you can see, you can actually increase, decrease the intensity of the light based on typical potentiometer. Here is a toggle, one push for on, one push for off, and this one is a switch. Alright. Okay, so these are different types of sounds. Okay. One of the things that, among other things, VRF, to be honest, these guys, whenever they wait, should we got disconnected again? Sorry. Whenever whenever VRF get late on or delay some release, you have to know for sure that it's going to be amazing, hands down. This is a sliding door, this is a window, you can open, close, and this is an example door that is locked. I will show you it. Yeah, and this is a basic cowboy door. I don't know what to say it. For crying out loud. Alright. Another thing that blew away my mind. I don't know what this red box is for, but check this out. Locked. Ta-da! Key to any door. Alright. So let's check this out. By the way, if you like the ocean in this that I'm using, it's a community project. I think that's that white space is it's creating a conflict of some kind, maybe. I hope it will fix. Nah, something missing with it, but I don't know what. Looks amazing though, and I wish if it can be integrated with my game or in future game, because it looks amazing, guys. Maybe some textures are missing or something. Anyway, anyway, back to our review. So regarding the joystick, um, we know that we have roll pitch yaw. This joystick, I found that it has roll and pitch. I'm pretty sure that it will be some easy settings. So I wish if in the tutorial you can uh, you can show how to add any further options. Meaning, can we using as a gear shifting for a vehicle, for example? Maybe. And when we if we try to add it um, um, as a thrust for for us as a throttle for a jet fighter, for example. Most jet fighter has like like something called military power, where you can move the throttle forward, but if you want to get that afterburner, you have to move it left then forward, like a small click, you know. Is it possible that we can add some sound for it? For example, like an event when it reach uh, that degree for a specific degree, and then you click by you will hear a click when you twist it like left push. I will explain more by showing you this. Turbo Squid. Where is my favorite Tomcat? Not this one. Um, I will show you something. Come on, where's the car? Yeah, here it is. Nope. Ah, yeah, this one. So these, as you can see, they slide this way, and this is something called military power, and post that it's called the afterburner. and when the engine is this is the idle position, where when you start the engine, usually these throttle would be at the end, and you would have to wait for the engine start to reach like 3000 rpm, if I remember correctly, and then move the throttle for the corresponding engine to the idle position, which is about 25%. That way, the crank will start up that engine and keep it idle. Anyway, at the end here, there should be like left front. I don't know if that is possible. And same here at the idle, there should be like left and back. It's a very small click, but it was specifically made to make the pilot aware that they are either moving the thrust from zero to idle position, or from military power to afterburner position. So this is what I mean. The other thing that I'm really interested in is that no, this is the Rio and this is the pilot. Since the player will not have external equipment like these pedals, the rudder pedals that controls the vertical rudder, um, I was interested. Can we add a yaw to the flight stick that you can twist right and left to add yaw? So these were my questions. Also, these are important because I will show you something here. Um, as you can see, in case of emergency, as you can see, push, turn, and pull. Um, is it possible to have that? So these are my basic questions. Is it possible to program that small lever to be like that? Um, Also, the dials are amazing for like a potentiometer. But can we have a potentiometer that is like a switch, like because it will be like horizontal, and it can move from position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Because, for example, here is the potentiometer that doesn't have a set of positions, and here is a potentiometer that has a set of positions. So these are the difference that I'm talking about. And as you can see regarding the switch, I don't know if you can make it more complex, meaning like to make it three-way switch or two-way switch. The switch was clearly on off, but is there like a position for auto, for example? I'm really sorry that I'm asking, but it's your fault, guys. You made me that greedy, because it was amazing work, nothing short of amazing work. And I'm showing you this because this is what I'm tending to achieve here. These are why I specifically wanted to have buttons and switches to make the player able to interact without needing for external equipment, because as you can see now, a global shipment now became like a relic of the past. With that infection and what's going on in the world, it's not easy to find any equipment. And speaking of which, even for example, even if I had the cash to buy a new HMD, there is no shipping to the Middle East right now. All the priority are going for Europe and North America. So this is why I'm trying to make it possible to interact virtually and not need for any external equipment, because it's hard already to have an equipment to connect it. And that's the main goal for VR in my opinion. Anyway, so I try to go into the options here. I found replication, collision, input, auto receive input. Okay, yeah. Um, these are replication, actor text start, will take an problem. I'm gonna wait for the tutorial to have better explanation. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, that I hope that it would be as easy as typing joystick input like that to my tank, for example, and then just hook it up with whatever function that I have, like moving the turret right or left, or flight stick for the airplane and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, that was what I've reviewed in the amazing VRF Volume 1. The Ocean project, I have found, I will edit this video and include some I will